a sadness that speaks from the eyes. There's a madness and evil she keeps in disguise. A gaze cold as eyes from a ghost still spending the nights in the thrill of the chase to escape from the pain of a world gone insane. To be another fool, I'm dancing with a fever. You gotta keep it cool. She's here to stay. She's far away. Don't be another fool. I'm dancing with a fever bruise. Living fast, you gotta keep it cool. She's here to stay. She's a runaway. She can't go it alone. She's so far from. She ain't going alone. She's so far from home. Don't be another fool. I'm dancing with a fever rules. Living fast, you gotta keep it cool. She's here to stay. She's a runaway. Don't be another fool. I'm dangerous. Living fast, you gotta keep it cool. She's here to stay. She's a runaway. She can't get in there. No, no, no. She can't get in there. No, when you found that moment.
Hey everybody, back again. I just announced my upcoming single, Sweet Romance, with Aztec Records. Sounds like the audio's doing pretty good. So, as I posted on Facebook, Facebook censors and all this weird stuff that's been kind of happening since the pandemic has begun have been getting a little out of hand. Because apparently now I can't stream on my own Facebook pages. So for those who do tune into Facebook, either Power Up Games or my own personal page, switch over to Twitch. I'm going to do most of my stuff on here. I might actually start migrating over there just because Restream has been acting kind of hot Twitch. And also, I'm just kind of tired of Facebook. Like, preferably, I'd like to just use Facebook for music and like a couple posts here and there. The platform itself is just a mess. I'm definitely not a fan anymore. They have cracked down way too hard on free speech. And it doesn't really matter what side you're on. Whether it be, like, I know a lot of it's for, you know, anti, but even if you're like on the side of science, you're still gonna get weird bans and stuff. Like I've had at least a small handful of tags in my account. Like I had an ad account that was shut down for months and I didn't know about it. And then I just brought it up to him. I was like, you know, what's going on? And it was just like, oh, sorry, we made a mistake, after like weeks of me being unable to do any sort of promo. So it's like, if you post anything on the platform, it's really not going to get you much organic reach unless you put money into it. But that being said, yeah, big stuff's happening soon. Really excited to get Sweet Romance out. I've been working really hard on this upcoming full-length album with Tony Crowley from the Deep End Studios. We have been silently just hammering away at this full length to make it as good as physically possible. So I'm really excited to see what everyone thinks about this. That being said, hope to see you guys in the chat here. We got some people tuning in on Twitter. I got to make a counter for that soon. There we go, over there. And we'll just kind of continue as the night progresses. Let me go message a few friends, let them know I'm online now. Here we go, TV. Okay. Ah, cool. Cool. Well, let's do another good old-fashioned run today. Oops. You know the drill? Ultra violence. The gentleman's way to play the game. I should make a quick photo. I'm going to post on my Instagram that we're live now. Zoom in. The IG going on. All right. Post on Instagram live right now on Twitch. All right, live now. Doom. All right. On here. Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Freaking Facebook is just a lost cause at this point. It's completely lost cause. All right. Check. Make sure my stream's been acting a little funny on Twitter too lately. I don't know why. Okay, get going. Hopefully, I got some friends that tuned in from the Night Ride FM panel that was on just now on Kara and Zoe Lee's episode. She was kind enough to play my collaboration with N84 Thunder. Really appreciate that. Also, we have a new follower today. Put him on the screen here. There we go. Thank you, Hero Spath. You're getting close to 130. Really excited. Thanks, guys. I have been trying to help out some family stuff over here. It's been, to say the least, has been bumpy. I'm doing my best to help out. Dementia is a very terrible illness, to say the least. And it has definitely, you know, my family and I are not experts in the field, but we're doing our best. I think it's one of the main reasons why it's been a little challenging to finish some of the music that's been coming out lately. There's a form of dementia that I've been trying to help out here with one of my parents, and it is a kind that is, as I mentioned before, it's very cruel. And it can make someone turn into someone they're not, and it causes them to get very scared. And when they get very scared, they start lashing out, and the lashing out gets very intense. They just don't recognize anything. So we've had a couple bumpy evenings. So there'll be times, you know, I have to leave the stream briefly. And it's because I hear something happening downstairs, and I have to take a look and make sure things are okay. So for the friends of mine during that time, I appreciate you very much, and I will not forget the assistance you have provided. We're doing our best. And same with my bandmates and stuff. Like it does take a toll on you sometimes. And I'm trying my best to keep my emotions in check, and I think I've done a good job. At least the best. It's, you know, what's going on over here is not fun. Hey, what's up, Kevin? What's going on, buddy? But it's something that like is either in the communities I'm in, and like I don't know them. Like I never bumped into before. And did I just drop my stream on Twitter? I did. Okay, so let me go make a post about this. Hold on. That's what I meant. Like, it's been weird lately. TV. I put Doom. Good. But yeah, it's interesting how that works out sometimes. But like, it'll be one of my theories about why sometimes I get blocked by people. Is there was this guy not a year, but I think almost a year ago. He posted this weird, meme in one of the big synthwave groups I'm in, and it was about people that use the tag. Hey, oh, thanks so much. I got my new buddy here, Aiden, just shared the story. Thanks, buddy. Okay, cool. So anyways, what I think, if this is a casualty of this, It's kind of funny. So what happened was, hey, what's going on, Morgan? I tag synthfam a lot. Like it's just a tag that I happen to use, right? And initially it was just kind of like it's like lit. Like I hated lit. I despise that word. And like fam, you know. But it's just kind of grew on me, and so I started using it unironically, and then I started using it ironically. It just became, it's like when I listened to like Tupac initially, I was like, yeah, me, you know, like big nerd guy listening to Tupac. And then over time, like I would play it to like make other nerds uncomfortable, like just blast. So I just started listening to Tupac. I was like, yeah, like it's like sort of ironic, sort of not ironic anymore. So anyways, I was posting synth fam on some selfies because I got like a new haircut, and I was like, hey, well, synth fam, you know, whatever. And so anyways, this troll was not happy with my usage of synth fam. Apparently, he made a little cute post where he was talking to people that use quote unquote synth fam, and he showed a selfie of these other people that took their own selfies and my own, and I guess his argument was like, this is not synthwave. And so I think for those who know me, you know, I responded in a very apt way by making every single post about anything, no matter what it was. It could be a selfie with me of my cat. It didn't matter. It was gonna be hashtag synthfam with everything I could think of, like things that were completely unrelated to synthfam. I made a joke post. It was like the Joker meme. It was like, so many troll who had a problem with it is funny, and it's like then I drew these pit vipers on Joker, and I'm like, I do, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. And so I just kept doing that, and like I've been doing it for a while now. So I'm wondering if that's actually why I get blocked sometimes with people, because they're just sick and tired of seeing my face, like with synthfam. I'm like, all these things that are just unrelated to synthwave, I'm just showing up everywhere. I'm hoping that's what it is sometimes, but otherwise, because that's funny. Or is if it's like an anti-science person, like. And let me clarify, I'm okay for healthy debate, like. In fact, like there's things that kind of get shunned on when it comes to like some alternative treatments for the virus that actually I'm open to talk about. Like I'm open to talk about ivermectin, the antibody treatment and stuff like that. You know, obviously Regeneron clearly works. And person, as long as you take this virus seriously, I'm cool with you, dude. Like I'm happy to have that chat. But it's, you know, the types. You guys know the types. The ones that there's no point in like, you know, having a rational discussion with them. It's how happy they are to have power over others by, you know, not trying in the slightest to help us beat this thing. Like those people, like people that are in that camp that are just blocking me, and like I kind of view that as a badge. Like I'm cool with that. I kind of hope they do, because this is a multi-generational event that will define us. Like how we dealt with this crisis decades from now is going to define us. What you did in this crisis is going to define, at least to some significant aspect, who you are as a human being. You know, because so it's something where either you can, like your choices will determine how a lot of people will perceive you. And I have a sneaking suspicion that there are people out there that don't like that, and I'm cool with the people that, again, it's the people that like nothing you possibly can say to convince them to take this virus seriously is ever gonna work. And those guys, it's like, you're fine. I'm really fine with that. Like, it's like I gotta figure out which camp it is. Like I've been, if anything, I think I've been like really toning down a lot of my confrontational side of the pandemic. The pandemic, yeah, man, like gloves are off. Let's go. If you're, again, you have to like complete a checklist. Like if you think the virus is some sort of, you know, Luciferian Illuminati thing, and like you think anyone who thinks otherwise is a sheep, like if you're in that camp, it's like, dude, let me help you get the clown wig, complete the look, dude. Like, and I'm familiar with all these conspiracies, dude, like Bohemian Grove, all those creepy things and stuff. They exist, yeah, but like, think about this. Here's a good argument. Why would people, when like one of their biggest sources of income is like Viagra, that's for old people, why would they want you to not get old? Like, why would they do that? Like, why would they not want you to take their other medications? As all of this information completely out in the open, but somehow there's like a mechanism in there to make you just sick enough to take the rest of their pharmaceuticals. Like, it's so goofy. And so it's stuff like that where I'm like, dude, really? Like, or in another instance, like there's some Joe Rogan stuff that I'll listen to, you know, like he has some episodes that are interesting, but other episodes where he just goes, the one that drives me up the wall is his Michael Jackson episode. He was trying to say that the only reason Michael Jackson could sing the way he could sing was because he was castrated, and it's like, wait, what? Like, there's some really close ones. Did that happen to them too? He was really saying he sung part of Human Nature on the air. He was like, he sung part of, he was like, it's human nature, why? And he's like, tell me who sings like that. And I'm like, dude, I got a cover of it. Like I commented, I was like, yeah, I've covered it. I'm not like dead on, you know, Michael in it, but I'm close enough to show that a guy can sing in that register, like softly, and make it, you know, convincing. So like, but if you don't know like vocal stuff, it'll sound like he has an argument. Like there's some veracity to his claims, and it's like there is not. It's Michael Jackson was not castrated in order to keep. He was castrated in order to sing high notes as he got older. No. Like, he took vocal lessons. Like, he worked at it. That's how he was able to maintain most of his childhood range. The length of your vocal cords. But he's had biological children. I mean, there's so many ways to disprove that argument. But on the air, he's just indulging in this. It's nonsense. It's just you have to be objective with some of the stuff that Joe says. And one of the... He's been, like, pseudo-submissive. Or submissive. He's been dismissive, dismissive about COVID, and like he mentioned some episodes, like he had this one doctor on a while back who was saying, you know, this is a very pervasive virus, it's very dangerous, but then he has other ones where like he's arguing if you're young and fit, you don't need the vaccine, and not really. I mean, could a young person, you know, get COVID and shake it off? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's likely, but what happens with long haul? I mean, I'm in a group full of over 10, well, and this is just a small indicator of the total population who suffer from long haul. Myself being one of them who had it. Like Jonathan Davis, he has to sing in a chair because the long haul symptoms are just that bad for him. Like I consider myself still on the bend right now, that I'm still working on long haul. Like I'm feeling significantly better, but that was only from talking to other people who had long haul to figure it out. It was a nightmare. Long haul's awful. Like, you feel trapped in your body. Like, you can't think straight. You are in this most horrifying brain fog. It's hard to describe it, but it's every day. You're short of breath. Your energy is gone. You can't think straight. Like, thinking is hard. I never expected to have that problem. Like, you're in a haze. Like, you know things are easy for you to deduce. Things that should be easy for you to deduce are, like, hard. You gotta sit there and you're, like, squinting, like you're sensitive to light, for crying out loud. You know, every time you have food, like I noticed that I would get out of breath. Like I have like asthma, straight up asthma symptoms and stuff. Like I struggled to breathe. There was an episode of it that was so bad last summer. Like I was in bed for pretty much 2 days, suffocating. Like I was flat out suffocating. I had to be on my nebulizer just to breathe. And this is after I believe I kicked the virus, because it just continued. Long haul causes some significant histamine issues. And so to say like, oh, if you're young and healthy, you're fine. Man, before all that, I was training. Here was a daily regimen for me. And I'm not saying like I'm some, you know, Adonis or anything like that, but I was active. You know, I dieted pretty well. I kept a notepad of my meals and everything. You know, first meal of the day, protein shake with kiwi. I would have Hershey's chocolate powder because it had no calories in it. I'd put in what was it? Nutritional yeast, which, you know, the jury's out. It's usually not that helpful, but I put them anyways because I was cutting. And I would have plant-based protein because it was better for the gut. You know, I'd stick away from artificial sweeteners. I'd avoid sugar as much, and it would be pasture-raised with grass-fed cheese. And so, and then like meal 2, it'd be like, you know, I'd have like lean meats, you know, salmon, you know, chicken, things like that. And I would also cover and around the time I believe they got COVID the first time, my body shut down completely. Like I couldn't function. Like I was finding myself struggling in the parking lot of the gym to get up and go into the gym, and I just thought it was like a laziness thing. So I kept fighting and fighting. At my peak, I'd get my coffee first thing in the day. Hey, what's up, Darth Pinky? First thing in the morning, go straight to the gym. I do about up to an hour of cardio, and then after that, I would take about a couple hours and I'd go home. And I would then have my first meal. And first meal would be that shake I told you about with 4 pasture-raised eggs because of the bioavailability of eggs to make sure that I could get as much protein in my body as possible. And then after that, I have, meal 2, which is like chicken, salmon. It's not a very big allergy. It was enough where I just had trouble breathing a little bit. But I got rid of that. And this is someone who, medically, I have 0 comorbidities. None. Like, I consider myself very healthy. My doctors consider me very healthy. Everything from my cholesterol, my blood pressure, I've had that checked. I had it checked actually not long before me getting COVID. And all my vitals were pretty much right on the money. I got long haul. And it was an utter nightmare. Like, I could not function for about a year. And how to beat it. I started recovering. And I know a lot of young, healthy people that they were just completely destroyed. And also some of them are fellow singers. And a lot of these guys, when I say they're fellow singers, these are guys that are like some of the really impressive ones. And for them to lose their abilities because they just don't have the energy to produce those performances, that's a big deal for them. Impressive vocalists. And why did that happen? It's long haul. It's awful. So when someone says like you forgot about long haul, it's not a talking point. Long haul, and once you go through it, like you really, like I did not underestimate the virus at the beginning. I was very cautious about it to begin with. And new allergies and food sensitivities, very bizarre. Like I can't have artificial sweeteners anymore. If I tried a little monk fruit today, I was getting a migraine again. Monk fruit, stevia, sucralose, aspartame, I can't have them. If I do, it's rough. So anyways, so the Joe Rogan thing, for him to dismiss it saying if you're healthy, there's something to worry about, that's not true. That is not true. Another funny thing I see a lot is a lot of these kind of skeptics. They do this thing where the quote-unquote survival rate, and they get the numbers wrong. Actually, in fact, the survival rate they give actually makes the COVID worse. So you'll see a lot of people do things with like, well, the survival rate is 97%. Okay, that means there's a mortality rate of 3%. You know what also had a mortality rate of 3%? The Spanish flu. And the Spanish flu is the worst pandemic in modern history. So take the Spanish, this is their calculations. I'm not saying this is the official number for COVID. But if you take their calculations, and make sure, and also don't forget the fact that this virus can reinfect you. So you have a virus that transmits exponentially faster. Not exponentially, actually, yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah, because you're going from 2 to 3 to almost. So you're jumping up an insane amount of transmissibility. And Spanish flu, that infected 1/3 of Earth. So what happens when you have an R naught of like 10? You know, we're pushing measles numbers almost. We're on chickenpox, really. So when I see that one, it's just kind of like, congratulations. If it truly is that high, we're looking at like apocalyptic numbers. Not that bad. Like it's a bad virus. It's a bad pandemic. But God forbid, we did get lucky. It did not have like a single digit, or God forbid, a double digit mortality. But whenever you see that one, the survival rate's 97. You don't want that. You do not want a survival rate of 97. That means 3 out of 100 people who get the virus at any time will die, and that's again not counting the reinfections. Like we don't know a lot about how this virus works yet. And again, you can catch it multiple times. So anyways, long story short, like I have a lot of people that like I bump into from time to time that they did, and like later I find out that they're like a raging anti-vaxxer, and it's like I'm okay with that. I'm actually quite fine with that. Again, you can. I have friends that have these debates sometimes with me where they're like, you know, we talk about like ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, stuff like that, and there's a discussion to be had. There definitely is. But I just draw the line at like ivermectin in place of, like in place of a vaccine. It's like, now we're just getting goofy here. Like, what do you want? Everyone to take ivermectin, you know, as an anaphylactic or whatever? Like, I'm not sure if I got the word right. Like, do you want to just take it as a preventative measure? Like, have the entire population do that? That you can't guarantee that's safe for everybody. And how long do they take it? You know, every day? Like, just indefinitely for the next few years? Like, how does that work? Because it's not a cure for it. There's plenty of people that take ivermectin and die from it. Or the vaccine. Like, really, just do that. You're done. So, I don't know. God dang. Let me try again. So anyways, I just thought that was interesting. But, like, sometimes that'll happen with me, where it's like, I find out later they're like a big conspiracy guy. And it makes me sad because they don't realize that like I'm keen on like a good amount of some of the more, I guess, legitimate conspiracies that have happened. Like, just because someone calls it a conspiracy doesn't mean that something's fake. Like, they're like the Gulf of Tonkin, like that was real. No one can deny the Gulf of Tonkin was a real incident. You know, Operation Northwoods. For those who don't know, Operation Northwoods was a document. It was a plan that made its way up all the way up. I think it was Kennedy who vetoed it, and I think it was like it got up to McNamara, a bunch of the guys back then, and they wanted to find a reason for us to go to war with Cuba. And so what Northwoods did was it took agents, federal government agents, and they would have them pose as civilians. And what they would do is they would board a plane, and they would then fake. Okay, come on. Oh my God, not this part. Don't bite me, don't bite me, don't bite me, don't bite me. As anyways, they would board this plane, right? And it would then unload the agents in Florida. And then it would then remotely lift off from Florida over Cuba, and they would detonate the plane and blame it on the Cubans. And then they would stage fake terror attacks in DC and other areas. That's not conjecture. That was a real document. And it had to be shut down by the president. So this means that we've had the motive before. But it doesn't mean that you can't address things with nuance. Like, let's see. Oh wow, that's a good one. That's like one of the lampoon those types. And like there's arguments to be had, you know? Like another one, the Pentagon. Like I know we're gonna start getting some tinfoil hat stuff here. I haven't really heard a convincing argument about like World Trade Center 7 still. Like that just is, it doesn't make sense yet to me. I mean, I'm not an expert in that field, but like getting into the World Trade Center 7, if you really want to like go into like 9/11 conspiracies, the closest thing to a smoking gun is 7, because I basically just, it looks like it imploded in its own footprint. Like that's the only where I'm like, I don't know. That's just strange. I'm willing to like be like, okay, that's a little weird. Like I'm not gonna go on about how like there were no planes and all those other more crazy ones. But really, it's kind of like, dude, let's get an explanation for why World Trade Center 7 just imploded randomly. Like they claim it was fire, but it's like, I don't know. If you look at the physics of that, it just looks a little bizarre. Tonkin, we blew up one of our own ships to get us to go to war with, to go into the Vietnam War to escalate things. We've done some messed up stuff, like the Tuskegee experiment. I hear that invoked a lot, and it is true. Tuskegee, we did some awful experiments on some of our own citizens, and they had very strong racist undertones. But then like you've got to make like apples to apples comparisons here. We have had mass vaccine rollouts before, so, the Tuskegee experiments, those in such a small scale, and we had the ability to hide it back then, and it was for syphilis. Like it was not for a mass vaccination. It wasn't like polio or smallpox. And for what it's worth too, we've done this before with smallpox. We had a mass inoculation for smallpox, and it was ordered by our military. Ordered actually by George Washington. So when I see this stuff about like, oh, it's not constitutional, it's like, okay, well then by that logic, in this very comparable instance, are you trying to tell me that George, like, come on, dude. Like, when you put it in that context, the Patriot sounds just stop, because it's like, tell me George Washington doesn't know the U.S. Constitution. Smallpox were far more dangerous than the mRNA vaccines. Smallpox was like they're deliberately infecting you with smallpox to get it over with. Because they'd rather have us all, they have to, had this happen in the middle of a war. So imagine making your entire military sick with smallpox to roll the dice on their health. Like, and that's the United States. That's cool, apparently. Like, where do we, like, how is that less dangerous? Here we go, right there. How is that less dangerous? I mean, so easy to do. How is that less dangerous? Like, how is that more acceptable than the mRNA vaccines, which have been proven to be quite effective and quite safe? Like with VAERS, the thing with VAERS, because you see VAERS referenced constantly by these people. Number one, anybody who has died within like 12 months after they got the vaccine, no matter what the cause was. Not only that, but there's no vetting. Like, anyone can basically report to VAERS and say, oh yeah, well, so-and-so died, like, from a car crash. And someone can just say, you know, oh, you died from the vaccine. VAERS is not about vetting. VAERS is about collecting every report where someone even thinks it's from the vaccine, and it's anyone who had the vaccine. So you see a problem here, because the majority of the original people that got the vaccine were those that were already at risk for multiple problems. Heart attack, when they were already at risk for a heart attack. Like, you're going to say the vaccine did it? That's a stretch. So imagine doing that with a population of people like 100 million or 200 million. So imagine vaccinating 200 million, and then within 1 year of those vaccinations, anybody who dies for any reason gets reported. Of course, you're going to have a high number. Of course. Like, it's statistically an inevitability that you're going to have a high number of people that have died when you use those metrics. Like, within a 12-month span, like, give me a break. Oh, God. And so if someone's like, you know, yeah, HAARP, yeah, that's a good one. Like, we talking about the weather control. You know what's strange? I read something recently that apparently India were working on cloud hologram technology. Like, if that's actually going to happen. I wonder if the Power Up show is going to start turning into like a conspiracy thing. Kind of weird. I mean, but kind of fun, I guess, to talk about this kind of stuff, as long as we approach people about it. Like, what's actually a conspiracy, what isn't. Like a legitimate conspiracy. Like MK Ultra, like back when I was oh yeah, no, I gotta pull it up. I just kind of saw it in passing, but I gotta double check that. Yeah, it's wild. Like, they're really working on something involving holograms and clouds. So fine. This is something that is kind of tricky to sleep with. The Manhattan Project had bases not just in Nevada, but they had, I believe, like around the coast, up as high as Alaska, and nobody knew about it. We had entire cities dedicated to making the atomic bomb, and nobody knew about it. Now, of course, it's harder to hide nowadays, but imagine like the kind of tech they've been hiding. God, now I'm saying the government has been hiding from us, and maybe for legitimate reasons, maybe not. Imagine the kind of crazy tech they have now. You know, like if they were able to hide the Manhattan Project for years, and they had entire city building the nuclear weapons. I mean, they were able to get a field in Nevada to test out nukes, and like no one's noticing this stuff. I mean, the satellites is gonna be a little trickier, but I would not be surprised if they found more ways to make even crazier. There are things to look out for, you know. That's. Let me go take a look. Let me look it up. Hold on. India. India hologram. Find it. Clouds. I think it's a thing. Like, I think it's a thing. It could have been nonsense, I heard. I think it was an India thing where like they could. If we make a claim like that, I always say, look it up. You know, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's real or not. I just saw this in passing because, you know, I wasn't sure if it was legit or not. I just kind of all heard in passing, but it'd be interesting to verify if that's true or not. That we can fake clouds with holograms. What was that? Like, I think it was something called Vault 7. There was a thing that WikiLeaks brought up, Vault 7. Let me double check that, because that was some crazy stuff. Vault 7. That was wild. Vault. Yes, that's what it was. So Vault 7 was this WikiLeaks thing that revealed the CIA's ability to like hack into TVs and like crazy stuff like that and like spy on us. Like Vault 7 is not a hidden thing. Like WikiLeaks revealed how like the CIA can spy on you through your own smart TV. Like just watch you. The problem is like it's almost like the anti-vax people. It hurts those those investigative. We should all know exactly what the CIA can do when like, you know, spying on us and all that stuff. But when it's aligned with all this other weird lizard stuff, it just starts falling apart. And it makes it's almost like controlled I'm glad you feel that way. I mean, maybe I should start looking more into this kind of stuff. So I'll do like maybe like Doom runs and talk about what I'm learning. If you guys are interested. Just make it something, I guess, more substantive than me just beating the crap out of Doom. Even though it's endless fun for me. I could do this any day. Oh, good Gibbs there. Gibbs. Oh. What, really? You guys ever hear of John Teeter? That dude, the time traveler? That guy was wild. Big conspiracy guy. This was actually my greatest weapon against the anti-vaxxers, was the fact that I used to be like really knee deep into that stuff. And so like if they started seeing them, you know, break out all the typical like Dane Cook conspiracies, I'd like sometimes I kind of talk down to them, or I've heard about the Bilderberg group. Come on, bro, what's next? The CFR. And like so I say stuff like that because I know they're linked. So when I say those things, they kind of like pause and like, oh crap, he knows what the CFR is. And it sucks because in some ways I feel like I'm betraying hey, back off. It's like I feel like I'm gonna betray my own teams. I'm kind of bringing up just the typical conspiracies, where it's just kind of like, oh crap, he knows what the Bilderberg group is. Or my favorite is like a lot of these conspiracy guys, or new conspiracy guys. You can tell they're kind of like, it's not their first, it's like their first rodeo when it comes to conspiracies. They bring up MK Ultra, like they just must have just learned of it. Like we haven't known of MK Ultra for like decades. Yeah, John Teeter's fascinating. It's interesting. I mean, I'm not sure if I believe Days in the Future. For those that don't know, John Teeter was this guy that appeared on message boards. Ooh. Okay, he was this guy that showed up into these message boards, and he started making these prophecies, and he started talking about how CERN was going to come. I think he mentioned something about the Large Hadron Collider to reveal it. And don't worry, guys, I got shorts on. Yeah, dude, PS4, by the way, it is a heater. Like this room gets so hot. So this works out. So anyways, he predicted the Large Hadron Collider, and got it like right on the money. And I think he predicted some stuff in the Olympics as well. He predicted like some big issues with China. And he then mentioned he had a time travel device. Like he was actually from the future. And what was strange was they asked why he was in the past, and he said that he initially came back to the 1970s computer, and it was because it was this was like a personal computer from the 1970s that apparently had a secondary function. The computer was that it could program BASIC. And what was strange was he said that his grandfather was someone who was involved with IBM. And in this war, they had to rebuild the infrastructure of the internet and everything else like that. And to do that, they needed to have something that could program BASIC. And those computers obviously had been destroyed, or they were just not working anymore. And so what was really strange was that someone asked IBM about this computer. And they were to do that, they could count on like one hand, like 3 people or something crazy like that. And no one else knew about the BASIC thing. So in order to do that, it must have been either someone who very close to like the top, somebody who was involved in the management in the 1970s, which started making the rabbit hole very weird. And he made a bunch of other predictions too. And he was saying that like, because of time travel, the multiverse theory, he was kind of explaining it the way Trunks did in Dragon Ball, where he's like, I'm not really going back in time, where these events in your time are currently present. And so the further I go back in time, the higher the probability of things being wildly different. Like if I not even be a Nazi. So it became this really interesting rabbit hole because he made some predictions. Most of the big ones ended up being fake. Not fake, but they were wrong. But it's interesting how his checks out, because it's like a paradox where like he says, the further in the future you guys go, the harder it is for me to predict things. He said, like, I might have already changed the future just because I got there. And he said that the rights that Americans had were whittled down after Waco. And he said that the government becomes too powerful in the States and there's another civil war and the Russians back up the freedom fighters in America. And he mentions how like he's I forget exactly why. I'm not sure if it was the Russians who did that or if it was actually the States that did that against the rebels. I don't remember, but it was a harrowing tale. The things he mentioned was he said that in the future people actually hated our generation because we were complacent with everything, at least. But it was so cool because he showed photos of his time machine and also parts of his manual, and it was just really well put together. So to make John Titor possible, you would have to have a team of experts in multiple fields, computing, physics, like all this crazy stuff, who put together this elaborate facade for John Titor. So I followed him mainly because I found it fascinating. Like I wasn't even, I'm still not convinced that John Titor was real, but the story is so cool. Like it very Terminator kind of vibe, saying that like, you know, in the future there's a gigantic war. And he said that when he was at the supermarket, he felt ill seeing all this milk around because he in his future, everyone prepares everything for themselves. Like everyone harvests their own food and everything. And he says to see all this food ill. Again, this could be like really interesting libertarian propaganda. Like he's talking about communes and stuff and how there's like everyone's on their own and it's dwindled. Or at least it was cut down enough where you can have those societies again. But yeah, John Titor, man. At some point, maybe I have to make an epic about him. It'd be kind of fun. Although I have a suspicion that there's a lawyer for the Titor family. I think it was in Florida. And dude, mate, take it easy. Oh, you're oh no! Oh. Hey, what's up, Jerm? John Titor rabbit hole right now. It's been so long since I dove, but I believe if anyone's John Titor, it's likely going to be the lawyer of his family in Florida. That's the only thing that really makes sense. Wait, here you are. I knew he was going to be left. Checking all day. Or actually, just this session. I have no idea why. I can't think of anything that could possibly. I don't know. I got a new mask. It's this really cool Godzilla mask made by my friend Robin. My God, can you hit something? There we go. Maybe like a hair got in there or something. I don't know. Revive. Oh. It was weird when I got into John Titor, like really diving into the John Titor rabbit hole. That was around the time that I just started listening to Prince for the first time. I mentioned before, like I kind of missed the boat on Prince. Like I really I just can't. I am extremely selective over what Prince I like, and what? Dude. Like I'm really picky over what Prince I like. Time. And I would do that while looking up John Titor videos and like stuff like that. So whenever you hear Purple Rain or When Doves Cry, I think of John Titor now. It's a fun association. Like I get it, you know, Prince is a fantastic musician, but I just can't. I think it's his melodies. It doesn't really excite me as much as like more complete, you know, traditional musician. There's no doubt about that. Michael can't even play an instrument. And I guess you could probably give the dancing to Michael though. Like, give it to Michael. He's like revolutionary in that field. But like, you know, as from a songwriter perspective, I sure, versatility goes to Prince. I'll give him that. He's a more versatile artist because he has a better command over his instruments. That's better hooks, better pop songs, who did better vocal performances in those areas. It's Michael. That you have to say that without hesitation. There's no comparison in that regard. Like Prince hasn't beaten a couple fields, but not in like the overall quality of his of pop song list. the greatest, you know, pop songs of the last 30 years. You have to start cross, or probably 40 years. Obviously up until when they both died, 70s, like the Jackson 5 and stuff. You start crossing off all the Michael songs. There's so many in there. Like, they're just iconic. We gotta be fair here. A chunk of those Michael didn't write, but a majority of them he did write. Smooth Criminal, Michael wrote that. Thriller, he actually didn't write that. Thriller was not a Michael Jackson composition. Billie Jean, that was, he wrote. Some of the other ones were other people's songs. Human Nature, that was written by the guy who wrote Africa. I forgot his name, but he wrote it. You can kind of tell which songs he did write, because, like, the songs that he does write have these really tight, aggressive beats. Like, if you like, for instance, Bad, I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty confident it's a Michael song. There's that straight dum 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 dum. I was off pitch. Should probably focus on singing about. Okay, but I hear that it's just the tight, like almost like very percussive, you know, almost like stomp kind of beat. That's usually the indication that Michael wrote that song. Like, the more traditional the instruments, the less of a chance it's Michael. Who's writing your stuff? Usually they write with traditional arrangements. They're like, oh yeah, this song. Oh, sorry about that. They're like, oh yeah, this song's. Oh my god, drum kick, drum beat. You know, traditional drum set, all sorts of stuff. While Michael, he's like doing effects and pads and stuff. You can tell he's picking Quincy Jones's. Or like half the beat is like him, you know, doing break beats and stuff with his voice and like snapping and all that. That's usually because Michael wrote the beat. It's an excellent song, but you can hear how like it's a full band. It was written for a full band, not experimenting with like effects and stuff. Where Michael, I think he's one of those guys with like tightest beat and sound possible, and doesn't really care if a live band can do it or not. Like they'll figure it out later. The Smooth Criminal, that beat, like, if you listen to Sugarfoot do it, it's like he has to re-envision the song for a drum kit. Where like, the song. Damn, tip of my tongue. Most of the stuff, like the early stuff off the wall with like full band, you can tell like a lot of that. I'm not sure how much of what he wrote, but like, I think the more he was able to experiment, you can hear that like his writing style was more about like, let's forego a drum kit. It's like computer beats and stuff, or like the explosion of sound effects, as opposed to like a traditional band. Drum kit and Speed Demon. And I'm pretty sure he wrote that one. Let's look that up. Speed Demon. That bass line. Writing that's fucking wild. Speed Demon. Here we go. Did he write that? Found it. Okay. Let's go pull it up on Wikipedia. Yep. As I thought, Michael Jackson wrote that one. Yep. Listen to the beat on that. It's not a kit. It's just all these weird sound effects, because Michael he doesn't care if it's a kit or not. If it sounds cool, it sounds cool. Like, Beat It was interesting because he wrote the skeleton to Beat It, but the riff is like dum dum. I don't remember if he wrote that part or not, which is obviously one of those iconic parts of Beat It now. But like, there's a demo where he's singing the part dum 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 dum. He's like layering all the parts of his voice, and I think they made. Like, I listen to the beat on that one, but like that still has, you know, Human Nature. You remove Michael's voice on that could be a Toto song. There's your way of spotting if it's Michael. Although the live drum version of Smooth Criminal is sick. Riverfoot. Actually, I guess this was like updates for Power Rob and going on these tangents about John Teeter and stuff. Oh, nice job, buddy. Oh, I messed up really bad. Oh boy. Ugh. You know, this is not too bad of a run right now. I saw this one fake screenshot. I think it's fake. I'm not sure it's real, and I gotta look it up. But it was saying that there's a kind of snake venom which can completely cure COVID-19. I don't know if that is a nefarious troll or not, or what to do with it yet. Like, that has got to be like, that's dangerous, because you know people could easily believe that there's a kind of snake venom which can get rid of COVID-19. It could be real, I guess. Maybe it is. I think it was someone who really, really hates anti-vaxxers that is like, that does it. I know what to do. It's like a Bugs Bunny level troll here. But yeah, if you take you take that, you'll be cured of COVID-19. Are you trying to ramp up the natural selection, aren't you, buddy? To abstain from sharing that one because I need to verify if that ain't real. I am not going to be. I am not going to be responsible for some idiot getting their hands on snake venom and taking that to get cured of COVID, which, by the way, is apparently not a big deal. So, by the way, another thing I thought was a little strange about Joe Rogan, kind of my old point from earlier, kind of went off track. Happens a lot, but you know, for someone that said it's not a very big deal, I do find it strange that he's on. He said, quote unquote, I threw the kitchen sink at it, and he did throw a lot at it. He's like, and he's a deep. NAC drip, Z-Pack, azithromycin, obviously ivermectin, that'll get rid of it apparently, even though the studies really aren't that conclusive. Let's see. And he also has the antibody treatment. That's very likely going to be effective. What's disappointing about this, first off, is if this works, which it likely will. I mean, again, the antibody, which will likely be the main thing he's going to be attributing his health to. I mean, or that's going to be effective in healing him. But what's going to happen is it's going to... Oh my god, get up here. Thank you. It's going to make people think that ivermectin is like the main reason he got healed, which is not that, you know, oh well, India takes is taking ivermectin, and that's, this guy needs to stay still. Thank you. And that's like the main reason why India, the Delta variant, when that's misleading at best. Like one of the main papers that made that point had to retract their statement because they ended up finding out that like that really wasn't the case. And also, like, by the time that ivermectin was implemented in India, the issue was Delta had already burned its way through the population. Like Delta spreads outrageously fast. It is insane how fast the thing propagates. So by the time, you know, they were doing that, it was just beginning to slow down. They were kind of on the bend to begin with, or on the mend. So it's a lot of disingenuousness in order to avoid taking vaccines seriously, like Z-Packs, you know, to get NAD or NAC drips, like to get all of that stuff is ridiculously expensive. Oh my. Oh really? So, think about this. Like, he had to be on like vitamin drips, all this other stuff in his system. But you know what people could get for no cost? Vaccine. A safe, effective vaccine. You could just do that. Like, we're trying to figure out how the heck to have mask mandates for teaching voice. You know, like I'm lucky most of my students are online in person, and so we're trying to see what we can do about online. Or sorry, in person. My bad. Sometimes multitasking I can't do it that well. Let's see things. Coach, love teaching. I'm very blessed to be able to call this a job, and I get to work with some really great people. Like, love my students. Like I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm just. Hold on. I don't feel like I have a job, and it's so cool. Oh, I can't. I'm actually gonna be moving back to my new apartment. Oh my god, because no one's there late at night, so I get to train at like 2 a.m. again. I love training at night. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Right now, like the gym in like Retro Fitness, that had a mask on. Okay. I already was here. Duh. But yeah, anyways, like you're talking a gigantic bill if you want to do the Joe Rogan approach. But let's assume we're gonna beat the virus. I still think that corticosteroids are the way to go. But let's assume it's going to do that, right? Do buy thousands of dollars worth of medications, and again, help everyone take them all the time. Like, you want to talk about a health crisis? That's dangerous. Ivermectin is not to be used like long term. I'll say this: it has been fun indulging in the horse and sheep memes. Like I'm happy to say it was funny because of all the sheeple comments from all the anti-science people. It was fun. It's fun bringing up that they're taking sheep dewormer and all this other stuff. You know, for all this time calling us, sheep, like they're taking livestock medication. Like, you can see the irony in that. But for what it's worth, I mean, yes. There is obviously a human version of ivermectin, and it's been used for some time for human problems. But the problem is you don't find people that like advocate hardcore for ivermectin, like a lot of them at least, that want to have a reasonable discussion with you. I'm happy to have. There is a discussion to be had. Like, I'll have said discussions if it's there to be had. But if I don't think there is one to be had, yeah, I'm just gonna troll them. Just can't help it. At that point, they're just spreading propaganda, and I want to make sure that they're stopped. But if you want to have a discussion about it, sure, let's get the studies. Let's talk about the science. Like it borders it borders on propaganda so easily. Okay. Ooh. Back into my rabbit hole stuff. Maybe start having more of those kind of episodes. I always wonder if there's a way to get out of this. Ugh. That was the longest I've lasted there, actually. Actually, you know what? We're gonna try Ultraviolence. Let's see if I can do Ultraviolence. God, this guy is driving me nuts. There we go. Oh no, this is not this part. Oh no, 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 I don't have any shotgun shells. Yeah, I'm glad your dad did vaccine shot, so I may have to get that booster soon. I know at 6 months it kind of loses a little bit of its effectiveness. Although Moderna just has a really good track record on this thing. Pfizer's doing good too. Hey, what's up, Tiki Time? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yep, just trying. This is my first time trying Ultraviolence on the Shores of Hell. I do a lot of a lot of episode 1 on Ultraviolence, but I've never done this one on Ultraviolence. We're gonna give it a shot. Oh my god, really? God. We're just talking about some conspiracy stuff here and vaccines. Look at that stuff. Yeah, I think so too. Really, bro. Yeah, like episode 1, I can do runs of it and just talk about whatever. Ah, you little. Come on, give me a shot. Damn it. Nope. Too bad. Yeah, in this, get the hang of the punches on this part. Yeah, I gotta be honest. Sometimes I just leave on like moon conspiracy videos, not even because I necessarily believe them, because they're just fun, like soothing in the background. like I'm not an expert, and the Joe Rogan's opinion about that I'm pretty much on board with. I don't. It seems, based on my limited understanding of this. Oh, that's terrible exchange. Awful, awful, awful. Based on my limited understanding of this, it seems like we could have very likely went to the moon, but it looks like in order to like really showcase that we did go to the moon, some of that footage to believe. All right, I need a key for this door. Yep, I do. Oh, should got unlucky with the RNG there. There you go. Fuck. Here you go again. Hope you want to see some punching action. Yeah, stick and move. Ah, terrible. Ooh. There you go. Isn't too bad. Could be worse. I did not see that. No. I did see an interview with him. I think it was '93, where he was like talking about this cryptic stuff a little bit. He was talking about truth and its protective layers, and also the like kind of maybe he was just giving a speech, but like it just seemed strange the way he was talking. Like, and same with the interview they had after the moon landing. They look like terrified. Like it just looked something was, I don't know. I mean, they ooh, get him, get him. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my God, really? Ooh, alright, that was pretty good. Felt pretty good on that exchange. Guts messes with punches. No, actually, I'm having fun with this, to be honest. Let's stick around with this for now. What the? Run, but I guess not. Oh, I don't want to do that. Alright, I got the yellow key now. Alright, I'll buy that. None of us are experts, we don't know. Oh, and one of my favorite ones was the Bible code. That was a really goofy one that when I was a kid I believed it and it like terrified me. Like I was so scared about the Hebrew version of the Bible, and they would just remove all the spaces between the words, and they would have like an algorithm like look at like a crossword puzzle, and somehow it would come up with predictions using like certain pages, and apparently it predicted Hitler's rise, power, and like all this other crazy stuff. But then this other guy, he was like, this is a bunch of nonsense because same thing. Oh, evil TNT evolution. Oof, you got guts, man. And like, it was trying to predict it in 2012 or something like that. Kind of backing. It was like piggybacking on the Mayan thing, and it was like, ooh, you're fighting, you're fighting. Yeah, and like the problem was like once the guy did the Bible code thing, he did like Moby Dick. Like, it was this History Channel thing, and it was like, this one professor, Moby Dick. But then other people believe that perhaps Moby Dick also had religious connotations. Not going for UV Vax now, just a UV run. It's just like they kept thinking all mystical stuff. Like, oh, well, maybe that means that, Moby Dick is anybody could do this. Give him a rifle. I don't want to keep using fists in this one. I'm having fun. This is fun. Yeah. Cool. I don't even want the chainsaw anymore. I'm the fists. We're fist team here. All right, we're the fist gang. Yeah. We don't use a. Come on. We don't need no chainsaw over here. Oh yeah, the loss. You know exactly what's coming in a second here, don't you? You know exactly what's coming. Lost souls are so irritating. I don't think I know anybody who likes the lost souls. Like I don't even bother using the fist on these guys because yeah, the timing's just so irritating. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, let's go. Let's put up a dukes. Save so much ammunition doing this. Ugh, it's so satisfying. Why didn't I do this on all the other runs I did? It's like a berserk. It's just fun now. It's like, 'cause it got the timing, the groove. So enjoyable. Oop. I'll find it. Let's do. Oh, you messed up my streak. I was doing so good. You kill it. Oh, here we go. Ah, no. Doing so good. You got scratched in the face. Yeah, I got too antsy. Let's go in here and find some health real quick. Dang it, I got greedy. Got greedy. I got all the items there. Man, I was doing so good. Run. Precious, run. You know I missed some health around here. Go. Blink. I missed some other stuff. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, I heard another one. You. What? Go check some health in here. I know those other ones. I hear someone in here anyways. We gotta kill him. Nope. Ah, yeah. Come on. It was satisfying. Oop. You thought you had the drop of me, didn't you? Go hear some more. Oh, hello. Use you. Whatever. I always find annoying places for these damn lost souls. I mean, they do their job quite effectively. It's just piss the player off. Very, very good at that. Quite effective. I got a message here. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Yoink. And there it was. Needed. Forgot about that. Don't look at the time. Terrible. Alright, now you. What the? How about you guys? Jeez, we die already? Go. Wraps that up. Ah, oh, I didn't know on UV that you have lost souls. We were just talking about you guys. I hate you. On the hit scanners. Oh, hello. Speaking of lost soul, you're a tough one. Got him. Okay. Oh my god, right? I think I hate them more than the Archvile, almost. Almost. I want to say that's everything. Got the blue key. Okay. Up out of the blue door. Here. So. Yeah, I'll take a look. Hey. Alright, let's take a look. Let's see what... This is the first recommendation. Wait, we're over here. Ugh. That's right, yes. This is the one with all the silver and all that, right? Yeah, I know this level. This is a pain. Yeah, I remember the big silver room. I heard that. Oh, they're fighting. Yeah. Ooh, more berserk. Back there for a second. Oh, I didn't mean no. Whatever. Fine. Should have used that later or earlier. Got the backpack, but whatever. Oh, this part, yeah. Out. Dang it. That's what I need to use this suit for. Oh well, it'll be fine. I know what to do with you guys. Yeah. Here we go again. Ooh. Punch through the door. Okay, go. I vaguely remember this one. Yes. Oh, there was a trick to that, but whatever. Yes, thank you. Really, just I'll always like figure it out when I do a run of this one, but I just. Couldn't trap me. Come on, Cacodemon, you almost nailed him, dude. Could have helped me out. Ooh. It really helped me out. Fine, I'll make it go off. There you go. Happy level. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Chat with you. We're gonna get back to weird conspiracy stuff, I guess. Let's seem to keep things lively for a bit there. Always love to talk Doom with a fellow Doom player. You need to know your stuff. I can just send you a follow if you want. We'll do a joint stream or something. Hey. Still there, Spanky? I guess you had a long day. Oh, right. It's over here. Always like when I have a guy that's getting lost in levels, gotta really put on a good display, you know? I know you're there. I know you're there. There you go. It? Really, bro? Just the mega armor? Tried it. Oh my god, are you serious? This level's not messing around, Ultra Violence. Dang. Hey, Cacophony. Pack of demons. Guys, find. Oh my god. What am I supposed to do against him? What? What? Really? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I ain't gonna bother with you guys. Sorry. Wait. What? Oh. One. Whew. Oh my god. Better save here. Health pretty bad. That's not enough health. This is fun. Come and get it. Yeah, it worked just fine. No idea what just moved. Was it the light? Okay. Oh, I hate this part. I get ambushed, don't I? Yeah, this is like a bad ambush, I believe. I just had bad memories in the part. Something that activated that really. This way. Oh, this part, yeah, this part. Health. Get all of this. Oh, oh, he just cut him down. So many of them. Oh, I don't know where that suit goes. I hate it when I have this decision I have to make. Is this here? Oh, yeah, okay. I got the help from the shotgunner there. Oh, good. Okay. Oh! I figured out how to find him. Bad, not bad. Wait, we're already done? Really? That's it? Look at the rest of the items in here. Get out of here. Did I get it all? Yoink. Oh, what am I? What's wrong with me? Seriously, what's wrong with me? I could have just ended this right now. I had to get curious, didn't I? I got the mega armor at least. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Percentage stunk, but wasn't bad. Ah yes, this level. Berserk time. Oh, bad idea, Rob. Bad idea. Paid the price on that one, didn't I? Let me get some health out here. Oop, wrong way. Get in this. Red key in here. So far, it's actually a pretty good run of this level. In terms of me just not getting beat up. This, let's get that red key on. It's somewhere in here. You Also, always the big monkey wrench this game, aren't you? Got our key. Good, we have one left to go. Oh. Remember how we said we hated Lost Souls? I guess the game heard. We heard we like Lost Souls. We'll give you all these. Alright, yellow's over here. Heck. Yeah, I have not bothered with that. It looks okay. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't care. Okay. Oh. I know it's related to Marvel, but I don't have Disney Plus, so I guess I can't watch it. Is that what's going on? I'm not sure if I necessarily need it. Yeah. I thought it was like a TV series. So Shang-Chi is a movie, huh? I thought it was like a series. In the comics, so is he part of like the Iron Fist, kind of like more esoteric, kind of like martial arts era stuff, or like the Mandarin kind of like magical side of things? I actually don't know much about Shang-Chi in the comics, if any at all. I'm not going there. I've learned my lesson. That is a massive trap. We have to go this way in this long hallway. Watch come up here and go see it with masks on or whatever. Die already. Dang, man. Healthy breakfast of lead right there. I mean, there's so many stories that really could continue the hype. Like, to try to continue the hype after Thanos. But right now... maybe that's what they're trying to do. Kind of, you know, fill things out before they move into the next level. Or whatever the next big phase is. I have 2 subscribers left to 130. So close. 2 left. Or 2, sorry, 2 follows. Oh, I can't open it up. Oh. I know, but like, where do you go? Ugh. That does it. Oh, you guys. Hey, look, there's my. Wait, better late than never. I mean, it kind of is if you look at the amount of money they're making off Disney Plus. I don't know if it, everyone's trapped at home. They have to get streaming services. So, maybe. Could be helping. Ow! I could use that right now. Here, oh, here you are. Put up your dukes. Went the wrong way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't that? Yes, that's how you save ammo. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, I guess it. But I mean, when you can get an entire cast and crew, tested, you have to do a lot of testing and make sure they're all vaccinated. But I think in terms of sales, I mean, I think Disney Plus definitely cushioned a lot of the damage done. Someone said, "Titties get titties." Is that a phrase? Sure, it's cool. I have to look that one up. Got one to go, everybody. We need one more follower sync to 130. Trying to make that a benchmark. Like, woo, go some time. Okay, no, we'll dance. Let's dance. Where are you? Get rid of him. Hey, what's up? Nice to see you in a minute. Dang it. I had to check my phone. Looked over just a second. I'm like, yeah. What does that one do? Yeah, I got Disney Plus for Verizon for free as well. I just haven't activated it. I don't even know how to do that. I think I just have it. I gotta figure out how to get into my Disney Plus. HBO Max has been hit or miss for me. Okay, that does it. Ooh, let's go. Oh, yo, someone just threw. Oh my god, this room is the worst with invincibility. Can't see anything. What does Apple do? Okay. Ooh, got the double. That double. Sometimes we shoot. Huh? What's that sound? Someone's being teleported in here. I don't like it. Yeah, I gotta do that. Oh wait, no, I don't anymore. Yeah, because I no longer pay for Verizon at my old apartment. I gotta buy it at my new apartment now and transfer it over there. Oh wow. I have to make sure I get it. Oh, I forgot about that. I gotta get that worked out. Oh, I looked down for 1 second. I was checking a notification. Oh. Yeah, because I want to see Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That looks pretty good. A couple other ones look pretty good. Loki looks pretty good. So there's a trick to this room right here I gotta figure out. HBO Plus, it consistently surprises me about all the other stuff it keeps getting. Like I was really surprised by the Godzilla collection. I gotta get around that back part right there. I forgot it. With this room. Isn't like Funimation have the Dragon Ball Z series, something like that? I really wish we could just get a good quality Dragon Ball Z collection on disc. We haven't really gotten that yet. Like, it's always got the weird aspect ratios. Like, God, I hate this part. God, I hate this part so much. I always get lost. It's one of the problems of having actual ADHD during this game. Okay. What do I do? I see a blue door around here somewhere. Or did I already open it? Oop, red door's there. Okay. Yeah, those ones are... I gotta try one of those too as well. So I was looking at an interesting article today I got made aware of. Yeah, this is it. Apparently there's a dentist, and it made me think, like, I wonder if I should do that for vocal lessons. It's like a thing to entice people to give it a shot, to get more publicity. Because I'm not where I could probably defeat most challengers. That as long as they're not like those Xanadu guys, then yeah, you're getting a free lesson probably. Come on, big boy. Oh God. Like, I already been to my dentist recently, but I'm tempted to take that dentist up on his challenge just to do it. Just to see if I can defeat him. 1v1 me, mate. That's really all this area was? I feel like I've missed something important in here. Yep, there it is. Oop! Dang, I'm gonna run this to get the hang of where the map, what the layout is. This isn't too bad. There you go. The point of this level? Really? Miss in here. I know I missed something important. Something of consequence in here. Red door go? It's near the beginning of this level. All right, there's a secret over here. Do though. Got what that did. Whatever. I think we're about done the episode. All right, Rob. I didn't mean to save there. Whoops. Yeah, this is the end. Oh, I know what you're trying to do. Got a bunch of those floating around. Nope. I am not entertaining you. How many of them are there? Oh my god, you're so tedious. Oh, hello. Hey, let's... Oof. Here we go. Battle has begun. It has commenced. Oh my god, I dodged that one. Get out of here, boy. I have more ammunition around here somewhere. Oh, it's right in there, of course. Also, I've got to kill him. Did he get him for me? Okay, so I've got to lure him away from that door. We're gonna finish the job. Nope. Yeah, I doubt these four are gonna do it. Didn't think so. Go, 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 go. Oh, I ate that. Ooh, it sucked. Oh. You face. Alright, now we're about to win. We got this. We got this, team. Yeah, got him. Got it. Ooh. That was tricky. There you go, my first Ultra Violence run of episode 2. Headache. Cool. The end screen. I beat both side of 2 hours. Not bad. I did a few saves, but I didn't die. That's good. 0 deaths. Not the most impressive score, but I'll take it. Or impressive feat. Oh, Twitter blew up. What's going on? So I was in. This guy was having a debate with me, or debate. And he was. He showed a quote from someone I mentioned in streams, Scott Gottlieb, who I think is a really good, fantastic take. He has a fantastic take on the virus. He's a former head of the FDA. Actually, I got it. Here you go. I messed up. Here. So. Alright, so here we go. So I find it strange. He's citing is about how natural immunity should be brought into the discussion for preventing and stopping COVID. And Gottlieb was, again, the former head of the FDA. He's on the board of Pfizer. And I find it very telling that a lot of people that are very anti-vaccine, they seem to be 100% okay with making one comment that they're taking out of context. But apparently he can't be trusted on any other thing he says, unless it's things that advance their agenda. He has had a really good take on it from day one. And what I mean by that is, you know, he was advocating for people to take things seriously at the beginning of the virus, or the outbreak. And now he's a little more optimistic than the news is. And that's kind of overall where I am at the moment. I think we're gonna have this thing. I mean, it's hard to say because I thought we'd have it managed. To be honest, I thought we'd managed by the summer, but Delta was just came out of nowhere really. But I still think we're gonna be on the mend. Oh, Inferno, get Inferno. I'll try Inferno for a little bit. Like the ripoff of Pantera here. On. God. You guys should fight. It'd be really cool if you guys. I can't shut the door. Screw me. Oh my god, I just died. God. This is why I hate Inferno. That might be it for me tonight, but I might not do this much anymore though. You know how to get that gun without getting messed up. Give me a break. That health right there if I can get it really fast. Yeah, scratch my arm. God, it's so tedious. Oh God, I know this part. Screw you too. %1 health. Oh, playing with me. Oh, God, that stupid pole. Ugh. I gotta end this on a good high note, everybody. This level is so annoying. I'm gonna try one more time. If not, I'm gonna see you guys in probably a few days. Oh, I'm complete. This level is the bane of my existence right now. You're constantly at 10% health. What? Maybe he's left. The damn lost soul. God, they're everywhere. Yes, they're everywhere. Hey, what's up, man? Just keep turning around. I'm not controlling this. Is it affecting my dead body? Is that what's going on? What? Alright, I guess we're having a fight, and it focuses on the person that killed me. What it is. That stunk. I think we had a good bit 2 hours on here tonight. So we're down to I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I intend to beat this on Ultraviolence, but tonight I don't think it's the night. Also, my buddies at Pit Viper are sending me some new sunglasses in the next few weeks. They're of the 2000 model. I'll show you a close up of these guys. So ones I wear a lot. The Miami Nights double wide is a kind of more typical model. Been using these guys for almost 2 years now. Really fun set. This one's the Herbivore. Yeah, 2000 models. They're kind of like a deluxe quality. You can see the difference here. But there you go. You'll see that difference there. The overall make of it, just like it seems like it's a thicker plastic. It's got that nice sheen to it. Anyways, they got another one coming called a Donatello. It's blue and yellow. We are rocking those guys soon. Anyways, September 7th, my new single, Sweet Romance with Aztec Records, is coming out. Hear your guys' opinions on it. I'm very excited about it. I got to write this song and compose it alongside my producer, Tony, from the Deep End Studio, who just like Runaway really tricked it out and made it sound like $1 million. And it's gonna be part of my upcoming full length, and I'm really excited to see what everyone on the 7th. I also have a pre-order link on my Instagram. That's also my Twitter. But yeah, I'm very excited every night, and thanks for sticking around. This is a really lively chat we had going on today. And maybe we might be more of a coast to coast kind of thing soon. Who knows? The fact that I had to miss Tuesday, probably over the weekend, and then I'll go back to my regularly scheduled twice a week. Have a great week, or great few days.